25 things people can never forgive, according to Reddit. Number 25. Forgive me, a few of the entries here were deleted, so I'm going to start lower on the list, but remember that they won't be above. Number 27. My boyfriend's sisters actively tried to convince him to leave me because of my race for the first 4 to 5 years of our relationship. It's 11 years together and married now, and they act friendly, but I'm always secretly bitter. Oh boy, some people are terrible. Some people are terrible. Well, as we continue to number 26, I consider myself an animal lover, always happy and always have been. But one time my sister got a puppy, a really annoying puppy. It barked and cried and yelped all night. Wow, this dog knows how to use Yelp. Pretty intelligent dog. Okay, I'm done using that as a damn joke. Stripes coming in with a puppy emoji. Well done. But that's not what bothered me. It was all the piss and shit which my sister couldn't be fucked to clean up herself or train the dog. Well, one day while I was cleaning his mess, he decided that he needed to do his business again in the exact same spot. I picked him up to take him to his little absorbent pad, but I didn't set him down as I should have. No, I fucking dropped him. He yelped and limped away, and instantly I felt my soul die a little inside. I hurt this innocent creature that didn't know any better because his owner was a lazy bitch. To me, animal abuse is one of the scummiest things that a person can do. I have never hurt an animal since, but every time I see or hear about it, I remember taking my anger out on him. Man, it's just what it's like being a parent. It's no big deal, apparently. TLDR, I'm a piece of shit. Oh, because of a piece of shit. Guys, don't let pieces of shit make you pieces of shit. You know, a piece of shit for a piece of shit and the world goes blind. You know that saying. So we continue to number 25. When I called my admittedly narcissistic mother because I had been notified that I was going to be called to testify against my sexual abuser in federal court, the very first thing she said was, "Wow, do you think they'll want me to testify too?" I always kind of was aware that she was a selfish asshole, but that moment really drove home how incapable she is of ever thinking about anyone other than herself. Well, I imagine just I don't know how to touch it. I don't know how to touch it. Bleach is right, and not the anime. See what I did there? Number 24. We have a deputy principal at my school. What? Is this like a gunslinging principal? As an aside, she looked a lot like Elton John, which was lots of fun. Anyway, she targeted around 3 kids in every year and systematically tried to drive them out of the school, calling them up to her office for no reason, contacting their parents to discuss grades. She had this vision for her school where the graduates were exemplary with a high percentage, moving straight into university, which was bollocks. Half my year went into trades. Wasn't targeted by her until I went to her office and screamed at her for being a horrible human being. She sat smugly at her desk while I yelled and feigned shock and horror when someone else came in to see what the fuss was about. What a garbage woman. Well, that's what's up. Vanessa says, aren't all moms like that? Man, from what we can gather, unless some of these people coming from like these perfect homes, Wow. I would imagine rich parents probably aren't as bad, or if they are as bad, then maybe the kids don't have to see it because they have shit to do, Oh, bing bong. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 23. Getting detentions and subsequent groundings after being involved in fights at school growing up. That's pretty shitty. Most people have this whole zero tolerance thing going on, which means somebody can run up and just bust you in the mouth and now you're both getting suspended because that's how the law works. It's funny because it's unfair And it's in a way, inadvertently, a large helping of what reality in the real world will be like. You really don't have to be the aggressor or involved in any kind of bullshit, but you're still gonna get in trouble for it, because that's the way that the rules work. Excuse me, students, teachers, the people fighting, and even you yourself, Prince Not My Pal. Yeah. Where the downvotes at? I can't downvote this guy because it was too many months ago. Okay. Fuck me, I guess, because zero tolerance means you don't have to make any hard decisions. I'm still fucking salty. As you should be. I guess that's just how it goes. Number 22. My biological father used to get drunk and beat the shit out of me, or he'd verbally abuse me. He once came in my room piss drunk to tell me that I was an accident and how much he had regretted having me. One of my earliest memories was him forcing me to drink a whole beer when I couldn't have been more than 3 years old. God damn. You know, Kyle likes to think that he's found all the ways to spell abuse. But making your 3-year-old drink a whole bottle of beer, motherfucker? I guess this guy's writing a book. You know what I'm talking about? How to abuse your kid. God damn. I finally stopped talking to him when I was in 5th grade. He got super loaded and started hitting me as hard as he could through the shower curtain. He gave me a bloody nose, and I think I fell in the tub. He later changed, got super religious, was pretty driven and successful, remarried, had 2 more kids. He died of cancer. Ooh, that's some spicy cancer karma. Ooh, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Get struck by lightning, you dirty bitch. You dirty bitch. Ooh, that's what you get when you get the cancer. Whoa. Sorry, that's some... I apologize, stream, for delivering the phrase spicy karma cancer. Wow. Okay, here we go. He died of cancer before his other kids finished high school. We had a relationship before he died. He met my son for the first time when he was fine. When he was 5. I don't remember him ever saying sorry. What? He may have been, but I never really got over it. Never really forgave him and always feared for his other kids, even though I think he had changed. I don't like the way that you phrased we had a relationship. I think she just means to say that we got back in contact before he died. But you shouldn't phrase things so vaguely because they imply things if not read with a bit of sense, you know? Oh, y'all out here making my life so hard with these stupid ass entries. Number 21. A former housemate moved into our spot with his dog. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. He slowly spent less and less time at the house, shunting all responsibility to me, knowing that I would be... Sorry. Give me a second. Ugh. Yeah, I got a part of that had too much like water. A former housemate moved into our spot with his dog. He slowly spent less and less time at the house, shunting all responsibility to me, knowing that I would do my best to help. Jake was not my dog. Jake had been raised by this guy since he was a puppy. Jake was brought to this city by his owner from North Carolina, so less and less time he spends at the house, the more his poor dog's training wears off. Flash forward about another 2 months, and Jerkwad's then pretentious poet girlfriend wants to move in with her in a no-pets apartment. Jerkwad calls the Humane Society after making sure it was a no-kill, and says that this dog he raised from a puppy was a stray that had just wandered into the yard, and they came and got him one day after he decided to leave him at the house. The worst part is that he was such a spineless piece of shit that he had someone else be at the house when they came for Jake. I don't know what happened to Jake the dog, but I hope he's in a junkyard as happy as can be, chewing on tires and ripping bumpers off of old Honda Accords. Why does it have to be a Honda Accord? You think you're so colorful with your writing, don't you? On the hot summer sidewalk. Number 20. About 10 years ago, I bought my first condo. Wow. I was living in a small apartment and I planned to get rid of a lot of my old furniture, so there really wasn't a lot of big items to move. The move itself was only a few miles away, so I was doing bit by bit in my car. Here in my car. Sorry, tone the ADD down, my dude. A friend of mine offered to help me move all of my final items because he had a pickup truck. Just chuck it in the ute, mate. That's something for our Australian friends. Just kidding. There's only like 10 of you here, and you're all from America. And half of you are playing Fortnite. How did I know that you're playing Fortnite? I'm kidding. That's only going to apply to the few people who are playing Fortnite. They're going to be all like, oh my god, how did you know? But everybody else is going to be all like, Fortnite. I've had sex in my life, thank you very much, implying that the other people who do play Fortnite are virgins. Can you guys keep up? A friend of mine offered to help me move all of my final items because he had a pickup truck. We talked about it a number of times. 2 days before the move, he vanishes. Some DB Cooper ass shit. That's a DB Cooper reference for all of the weirdos who know who he is. Texts, voicemails, emails unanswered. I was just ghosted. I had to scramble last minute and somehow was able to rent a small U-Haul the day before. I had to recruit my then 60-year-old father to help me because no one else was available last minute. 6 months later, this friend texted me out of the blue like, hey man, what's up? Long time no see. Fuck you. Excuse me. Stripes is all like, you seem really energized today, Kyle. Some people use being a little excited and crazy as a way of masking their inner pain and turmoil. Stripes. Number 19. Not sure if I can ever forgive, but right now, it sure feels like I can't. My wife cheated on me with one of my best friends. Wow, that's a double backstab right there. We're getting divorced. She even had the audacity to say, I don't understand why I can't be with him, and me still be friends. I wake up every morning and go to bed every night seeing those pics and the words I read. She has done other things as well, but this one is the one that I don't know if I can ever forgive. We have a son together. Jesus Christ. Dirty hoes gonna be dirty. Backstabbing dirtbags gonna be dirtbags. But when you and another person bring a fucking kid in, settle the fuck down. Fucking bring that little piece of shit up as well as you can together. Ooh, so I do what's best for him, but beyond that, as for my friend, no, I will never forgive him either. Why would you be expected to, dude? Why would you be expected to? Number 18. The driver of a truck that came speeding through our residential neighborhood and killed my neighbor's beautiful dog. The guy just sped off, leaving the dead dog lying in the road. I was only a kid who happened to be standing nearby, a witness to this driver's callous, heartless behavior. Even now as an adult, I'll never forgive him. Man, this list has got it all. If you had to guess what would be in a list of 25 things people can never forgive, what would you guess would be in there? There's got to be a lot of like stuff that parents did because they're assholes. There's got to be a lot of like people cheating, you know what I mean? But what else do you think's in there? People cheating, parents being assholes. What's something that could happen that people would never forgive? Let's hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video or give it a thumbs up on whatever gay ass platform someone has illegally ripped this video and then uploaded it to. If you're watching this and you don't know who I am because somebody uploaded it to something in the future, my name's Kyle. Cyael, baby. Put it in YouTube if YouTube still exists. But if it doesn't, then damn, baby. What year is it for you? It's only 2018 for me. Weed isn't even legal right now, my dude. Weed's not even legal. I know you hear me and you think that it probably is. Maybe I got access to it, maybe I don't. Maybe I got sex soldiers, maybe I don't. You know what I'm talking about? Woo! Woo! Number 17 is deleted. Number 16. My family was under an appealing process that involved court to avoid being deported. Wait a minute.
All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, then I float at a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know.
Better dang. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. It's really funny that you bring up Ice Ice Baby, because I don't know what I was listening to earlier. I was listening to Maneater by Hall & Oates. And if we go to Maneater by Hall & Oates, you'll remember that it go, oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. He's a man-eater, or she's a man-eater, okay? But in the suggested videos, let me give you another listen to this very quickly. Just listen to it. Let's try not to get struck. But again, who cares? YouTube's a monster that, is eating babies and fucking them too, right in the butt. Fucking them babies in the butt. That's what YouTube does, you know what I mean? No prisoners. Here's a song by Stevie Wonder. And as you can hear, at least rhythmically, it's very similar, So when I heard this earlier, literally today I was hearing this and I was thinking, man, in the future, because robots listen to everything and can recognize melodies or pitches and can recognize rhythm in, percussion and shit like that, every song that sounds even similar can probably be put on a playlist so that we can hear not even like samples, dude, but just shit that's almost identical. And when you talk about Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice, naturally he copped that whole thing from fucking Under Pressure by Queen. So you got Ice going ding 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 ding. Come on. Ding 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 ding. So yeah, then you go to Under Pressure by Queen, and yes, the bass line, you're right, but it's enough, bruh. It's enough. And the comedy was when he was like, when he was defending it, he was all like, nah, bruh. You see the fact that there's an extra ding in there. It's not ding 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 ding, right? It's actually ding 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 ding. He's like, that extra ding. It's all me, man. It's all me, man. Somebody in here is like, oh man, did I miss the list? Zy Lawrence, I have got news for you. You've got around half of the list left as we continue the list of 25 things that people can never forgive. Sometimes I think about myself and the thumbnails I choose for these videos, and they're amazing, Too bad nobody fucking cares, dude. Get on with your life, Gael. Ooh. Number 16. My family was under an appealing process that involved court to avoid being deported. We paid really good lawyers from a good firm, paid around $10,000. The lawyer was supposed to do our case and gave it to one of his lawyers under him that was not capable of revising our case better and actually help. We lost the case and my parents had to leave the country. On the judge report, he mentioned a lot of stuff that he wanted to see or get proof of that our lawyer said he wouldn't want, so we didn't do/present. For example, the judge said he would have wanted me to talk, but the lawyer told us that he would not consider what I say because they are my parent. Bullshit. Wow. Oh, that sucks, man. Getting your parents deported. That fucking sucks. Because of shit lawyers, dude. There's nothing like a shitty lawyer. There's nothing worse in the world than a man you're paying to not do his job well. Ugh. Number 15. My brother tried to stab me with a screwdriver. Typical brother bullshit. He ended up hitting the wall with it. I've forgiven him for that. In this moment, though, I was terrified, so I called the police. They arrested him, and he was served with an AVO. Not sure what that is. He won't forgive me for calling the police and has written me off telling people he doesn't have a sister. Maybe he shouldn't be trying to stab his girl fucking sibling with a weapon, because that's what that is, my dude. It's a weapon. It's not even like you punched your sister with your own bare hands, you stupid cunt. You grabbed a fucking instrument and brandished it in the way of a weapon and used it to inflict harm. Whether you hit your mark because you're not a fuck up or you are is irrelevant. You used a weapon against your female sibling, and I hope you die in hell, bitch. I'm kidding. As we continue to number 14, bullying. I was bullied for all of my school life by multiple people, and it left me scarred. Damn, homie, what did you look like? Chris Chan? I'm kidding. Nobody deserves to be bullied regardless of how they look. That's like saying, what was she wearing to a rape victim? That's right, Kyle knows all about it, and he's nice and understanding, considerate, and sympathetic. Not to toot my own horn, guys, but I like to think that I know what it's like to be in other people's shoes. Totally objective, and I know where people are coming from. Just because it doesn't happen to me doesn't mean shut up. People have to come to me years later and try to apologize, which I respect, but I won't forgive, baby. Bullies are the kind of people who usually think they're having fun in a group, singling someone out, but it leaves a lasting impact on that person's life. It leaves a lasting impact on that person's life. Bullies don't give a fuck, even if they apologize to you later, my dude. Here's the thing you gotta understand. Some people will do anything if they have enough attention, and that's the scary thing, dude. If it were up to me, I would make... If I had millions of subscribers, what we would do on a weekly basis is go pick somebody to give all of our attention to, okay? And then see if we could goad them into doing something ridiculous. Yes, this is illegal. Yes, I could probably get prosecuted for something like this because I would be using, much like that stupid motherfucker in the last entry who used a weapon against his sister, I would be weaponizing my subscribers or my followers, or I'd be weaponizing my influence, because all people need to lose their damn mind is an audience, dude. You know what I'm talking about? People with an audience will sing a different goddamn tune, and everybody likes to think that, dude, there's no amount of money that they would, take to do certain things, because in their mind that's hooking, you know what I'm talking about? But the bottom line is, if you just shine a spotlight on somebody and they got tens of thousands of people giving them attention, you can say some shit to them like, hey man, you should light your hair on fire, and they'll be all like, hey, for real? Would you guys keep watching me if I do it? You know what I mean? So in school, it's that to a lesser degree. You have these people who are just as eager for acceptance and attention and camaraderie and company with other fuck boys and fuck girls that they willing to do anything. They'll join that clique. They'll be a mean girl. They'll be a douchebag as long as they know that people are going to be around them and totally accept them. Yeah, did you hear what I said to her, Becky? Please like me. Fucking 13, boy. How I treated a less fortunate young man in high school because I was a bully, and I'm assuming I just hated myself and took it out on him. He only had like 3 shirts, and I'm not even sure his family had running water, so I bought him Axe body spray and a deodorant as a joke. He thought I was being nice, so he gave me a hug. There was so much more. I called him names and just treated him terribly, and I'll never forgive myself for that. I know children can be cruel, but Jesus Christ, tone it down a notch, you little fucking serial killers. You know what I mean? The funniest thing is, guys, your parents will probably look at a TV screen and think to themselves, oh my God, what's happening to the kids nowadays where they're going to school and shooting people up? But when we see that, we know damn well what led them to do that, because half of us have been led to do it, but maybe we have stronger will than that. But all it would take is a weaker willed motherfucker to go through some of what we've been through, or even less. You know what I mean? You ever have somebody treat you or do some bullshit to you and think to yourself, people have fucking died for less. Someone has pulled out a gun and blasted somebody's face clean the fuck off. And you think to yourself, maybe death would be too sweet in this instance. Maybe they need to have both of their limbs shot the fuck off. Maybe they need to get one in the thigh. You know what I'm talking about? Lose some of those teeth. You know what I mean? Maybe they need to pray for death. I'm just kidding. You know what I'm talking about? All in self-defense. Only in self-defense would I say that. My point is this, okay? Some of these people are leading these people to shit that they can't fucking imagine. But the bottom line is, some of these people don't need to be pushing people unless they ready to get pushed back. You know what I mean? And some of these people need to wake the fuck up and realize that you got no idea who the fuck you dealing with, baby. You don't know who you're dealing with, which is why when you go out in public, this is advice from Kyle, you keep your fucking head down. You treat everybody with respect. You say hello, you say goodbye, you say please, you say sir, you say ma'am, my dude, because you don't know who's strapped, you don't know who's crazy, you don't know who is a normal person but has just had one too many bad days and been talked to wrong by just the wrong amount of people. You don't know whose mom has shaken somebody up in the fucking mind to the point where their stress is just bubbling up and like they a bottle that's just shook up and that cork is about to just fucking blast off in any direction. You know what I'm talking about? Don't let it be you. Don't be a scumbag, because some of these people gonna get what's coming to them. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit of that karma cancer. Okay? I can't. Don't write that in your bookmarks, Kyle. Don't do that. Karma cancer, dude. Jesus. You're not edgy. You're just gay. Don't talk to me about who gay and edgy. Number 12. Oh my God, every list. My father, I'm sorry. My father assaulted me when I was a fucking toddler. Then he lied to me about it when I didn't remember and pretended everything was fine until I confronted him once I was finally clued in when I hit my teens. Even when confronted, he insisted it was my mother's fault for leaving him and never apologized. I don't think it even occurred to him that there was a need to apologize. A toddler, dude. What the fuck, my dude? What the fuck? Look, under statutory rape, I don't even remember what statutory means. Rape, my dude, is never okay. Okay? Wherever you live, if the law say 16, 17, 18, whatever, the age of consent, you need to fucking abide by that, my dude. But the bottom line is, I will be honest, at least at 16, some of these hoes are looking like a girl like twice that age. Yes, some of these girls are developed to the point where the hips and the titties and whatever is going out of control. But to fuck around on your freaking daughter, that's one thing, baby. And for them to be a toddler, my dude, why not just microwave a fucking bagel and fuck that? Cause you'd fuck anything you fucking a tot. Some people fucked up in the mind. I don't need to understand it. And I don't need to react like this every time we read this, but it's sickening to me, man. It's really bad. How is it? Oh my God. Oh my God, you're related to that. Oh no. And you walk and the fact that they go on to say that they didn't think that it didn't occur to them that they needed to apologize lets you know that the trauma that's going to follow this little motherfucker throughout her entire life, if she's ever even going to be able to love or, you know, properly be with another person without the debilitating trauma that is being fucked by her dad as a toddler. What the fuck? Stripes, why the fuck are you posting the old link to Streamlabs? Where is that available? All you ever go on about is how that link doesn't work. That link's not even there. I'm pretty sure if I loaded my own freaking page right now, right? And then went down pause that because you're going to make noise, aren't you? Good. And then went down here. If I clicked it, it would go to the new link, which is with Dobson at the end. So what's your problem, Stripes? Where are you getting that link? Delete it and stop using it for me. It wouldn't be Stripes without spreading some of that misinformation. Where's my bleach emoji? Right there. Hold on here. Let me just say. Okay. Nice. Nice. Alrighty. As we continue this list, we arrive at... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. We arrive at number 11. Oh man, do you think there's going to be more of that on this list? Let's hope that. Let's hope that there isn't. Number 11. My sister traded her dress for my grandmother's funeral. For cigarettes. And then didn't show up. My grandparents raised her when her mom and dad didn't want anything to do with her. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. When you read the phrase cigarettes, you think, Jesus Christ. It's almost like she did it for spite and she would have traded it for anything. You know? You'd expect somebody to trade it for heroin or crack, you know? But for cigarettes? It's like there was a hatred for these people in her. I mean, again, we all deal with trauma in different ways. I'm not going to claim that, you know, everybody should be respecting of a person when they die to the point where they're going to their funeral. I'm sure some people can't handle that and can't go to the funeral. Jesus Christ, for cigarettes, dude? This is like disrespectful to me. That's disrespectful. If I saw heroin, I'd keep on pushing up this list, you know what I mean? But cigarettes, man, that's like twisting a knife in that bitch. Hell no, I ain't coming to your funeral, you know? And when it says she traded her dress, it makes it seem like somebody got the dress for her as a nice thing to wear to this occasion. And then she just, you know, fucked around. Somebody responds, did you ever ask her why? And the initial person says she could never take responsibility for her actions, stealing, getting into fights, getting kicked out of school. My grandpa tried to reconnect with her a few years ago, but she wasn't any different. Oh boy. Number 10, man. The person who raped and abused me when... How do I do it? How do I find these? How do I find these, my dude? The person who raped and abused me when I was a child. It went on every other day for 4 years. He was a kid. Not that that makes it better. Not that that makes it better, but okay. You know. Oh, he was 10 years older. I don't know. He was a kid who lived next door to us. He was about 10-ish years older than me, and he would come over and play video games with my older brothers. Afterward, he would come to my bedroom so we can play our games. What kind of brothers allows a friend to have constant private time with the sister? You know, how does that happen? You know, every other day for 4 years. That's a long time. That's a long time. Siblings ignore their sister, for sure. But 4 years and you don't know what's going on? Okay. Also, my parents refused to believe me and tried defending him? You know these allegations ruin people's lives, right? He was such a nice young man. Why are you trying to hurt him like this? I can't believe you're so desperate for attention that you're making up such suggesting stories. He was a teenager. He was probably just curious. It wasn't that bad. And my favorite, are you sure it wasn't just a bad dream? No, there aren't humans this evil. I don't know, man. I don't know if there are humans that evil, you know? I like to think that, yeah, some parents are just pieces of shit. that don't understand anything in the world outside of their own silly ass beliefs. But I think if a parent could ever deliver a phrase like that to a child, just run. You're gonna have it better on the streets. You're gonna have a better chance out there. There are few things that maybe a parent should fucking listen to when their child says, and it's someone is raping me, you know what I mean? Or maybe I want to kill myself, Maybe I want to kill myself. Just a little bit of support, parents. Just a little bit of support. No, not a lot, not a lot of support, Maybe if it keeps happening, they go, "Ah, what a load of baloney." But the first time, maybe just give them the benefit of the doubt. What? I mean, people are that evil, but these are some phrases to hit a kid with, And what era is this happening in? It's got to be a long time ago, my dude, because I like to think that in today's day and age, if a parent was ignorant enough to say some bullshit like that, because if this is true, here's what I'm trying to say, and I'm critically thinking here. If this is true, all of these phrases didn't happen on the same day. I doubt that they happened in the same fucking week. I feel like it's the type of thing that the kid brought it to the parents' attention on separate occasions after it kept occurring. So now you need to set up some shit to bust this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Not all little kids have a fucking iPhone, But I like to think, hopefully these days, some of these kids may get a little iPad. They can record a nice little video, And not that a child should be so strong of will that they'd be trying to rape trap an abuser. But I don't know, man. I've gotten lost again. So number 8, my brother's friend agreed to look after my goldfish while he went away on holiday for 2 weeks and either intentionally killed them or neglected them until they died. I doubt you thought goldfish death was going to be on this list. Now we're talking. Not that that's good. I'm just saying it's a bit brutal. I could have forgiven it if he'd been apologetic or tried to make it right, but he didn't. Instead, he treated it as if it was a hilarious joke and like I was the one in the wrong for being angry about it. Yeah, I know they're just fish, but they're completely defenseless. I find it upsetting that somebody couldn't just give enough of a fuck about either of the fish or my feelings enough to give them the chance to at least survive the 2 weeks I was gone. I'm sorry, fishies, you deserved better. It's a shame that they had to pay with their life so that this motherfucker could know who his friends were, Despicable. Unforgivable. That's like a call back to the Okay. Number 7. My stepmom cheating on my dad. He's such a good guy, and he has done so much for her, including adopting her son from a previous marriage, and she fucking destroyed him. What a cunt. Oh boy. Number 6. No, my fool. My father raping me when I was 7 years old. I finally told my mom when I was 15, and he denied it. Then committed suicide instead of dealing with the consequences. Suicide was too...
I need a mouse, man.
Why Stripes say she need a mouse, man? Stripes, if you needed a mouse, you just donated to me more than the price of what you could have purchased a mouse for. Let's just give it the old college look here, You don't need to buy a gangster mouse. You just need to buy something that's functional. So here's a try-hard mouse from Amazon Basics for $9. $6.99 will get you one from Amazon too. But we looking for some kind of Chinese bing bong mouse. You know what I mean? You could get a wireless mouse for $10. Ain't that some bullshit? A Logitech optical wireless mouse. Wow. So you can live your life and not have to worry about a cord getting in the way. Oh, damn. But you're looking for probably price low to high. So, here's a 19-cent mouse, $1.97 for this mouse. Here's a retard mouse, You're not supposed to say stuff like that, Kyle. Can you get in trouble for saying stuff like that? Yeah, because words hurt people's feelings so intensely that, you know, we got to shut channels down. Can you imagine what it's like living as a black man and having to hear people roll down their windows and go, "You fucking nigger, you nigger," and me having to go, "Well, I wonder what's going on in their day. I don't know why, but today seems like it's going to be a great day." That shit needs to bounce the fuck off of me so I can go on with my fucking life. But now I got to tiptoe around people that are too scared to use the word faggot. You can't say that word? You can't say that word? You can't say that word? And I gotta, every video game I jump into, fucking 4-year-olds are dropping the N-word because that's the world they're growing up in. That's how their parents have raised them. Oh, it's just something you gotta learn to deal with. But let's protect the gays? I don't know, you know? I don't know, you know? Because I don't remember the gays being, like, brought over here against their will as slaves. Not that I should be recognized the way that, you know, all the slaves were or something. I'm not asking for reparations here, but I'm going to go ahead and say it because people aren't fucking saying it. And the bottom line is, no, the gays will never have it as bad as the blacks did. So if you're gonna protect people from dropping the F word that initially pertained to a bundle of fucking sticks, you idiot. You know what I mean? Oh, you weren't using it that way. Like, wait a minute. So you mean that one word that doesn't have a meaning outside of just a derogatory term towards black people is cool. All I'm saying is hypocrisy is something fantastic, you know? And I don't know how us searching for mice on Amazon launched me into this, but the bottom line is the internet is just going to become worse than TV. And that it's going to become a cesspool that the world is trying to censor. Because I'll tell you one fucking thing right now. If the government could have flown into the future and seen what the internet would allow us as far as immediate information, the ability to communicate with one another and be almost essentially free in a way, you know what I mean? Yeah, we plan for internet service providers to give us the ability to connect to the internet and shit like that. But some people, you know, they taking advantage of this shit and they not really worried. You can go get free Wi-Fi at a motherfucking Burger King or McDonald's. You know what I'm talking about? If they knew that was what was going on, they for sure would never have allowed the internet to roll out the way that it was. You see Ajit Pai and the fucking FCC trying their best to make that tunnel real narrow so that you only get information the way that they want you to get it, at the speed that they want you to get it, with the bias that they want you to get it. You're a grown-ass man. You're a grown-ass woman. Maybe you have the ability to reason and think things out critically on your own, come to conclusions with a good amount of information by yourself. You don't need these broadcasting companies that are owned by Sinclair or who the fuck ever to tell you how to feel about something, how to think, etc. But that's the way that the world wants to function nowadays. So yeah, maybe it gets me a little bit bothered when I'm dealing with all these assholes flinching because they're so fucking triggered by completely irrelevant shit in the world. If I hated gay people, that would be one thing. But dropping a word that is not directed to these people whom I have no crazy feelings for one way or another. I want them to live their life and be happy. And as long as they don't hurt other people, I'm happy for them. You know what I mean? Context, maybe it matters. Maybe grow the fuck up. Maybe let us say what we want, like freedom of speech exists. I get it. It's your website. You can call the shots. You can do what you want to do. But I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of people bending over backwards for the easily offended, okay? Because if we keep pampering these fucking nobodies when they're bothered by nothing, then the day will come where somebody's willing to die to call them a faggot. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This guy's not gonna care. We can literally make this a freaking delicate, tiptoeing, walking on eggshells kind of world where nobody ever feels slighted or hurt or bothered. But there's always gonna be someone. There's always gonna be someone who doesn't give a fuck about. You can incarcerate them. You can put a gun in their mouth and shoot them. They're not gonna let these assholes fucking make them act a certain way, my dude. Because as long as they have choice, they're going to choose to do what will get the biggest reaction. And if you prove that the reaction that you're going to give is a big one, then you the motherfucker that we want to teabag. You know what I'm talking about? You kill 2 people in a game and you teabag one of them and they're just like, this you loser. But you teabag the other one and they're like, why are you teabagging me, man. You can't fucking teabag me. Stop teabagging me. Who you think you're going to teabag? The one who's giving you the reaction. So how about people stop being a bitch instead of us catering to people who are a bitch by trying to make them their life sunshine and roses? Fuck the platforms that I wish I could be myself on. That's all I have to say, I guess. That's it. You know, because I'm as civil as it gets. I try to be articulate and deliberate with the things that I say. I harbor no hatred or animosity or malicious intent as it pertains to anyone in their lifestyle. I love everyone. I want them to fucking live the life that they want to live to their fullest, and as long as they don't hurt other people, they're free to do what they want. Some people even hurt themselves, and because it's their choice, and because it's their body, and it's because it's their life, you know what I mean? They can do what they want to fucking do, my dude. But to come at me and say, oh, you just used a word, now you're a bad guy, now you deserve to get demonetized because, you know, okay, nigga, you call the shots, my dude, whatever you want to do, But I'll tell you what, when we vilify those people like they're rapists, like they're out here raping 7-year-olds or some shit, like they're out here beating women because it's the same thing, it's indistinguishable, you know what I mean? You're throwing a cat in a microwave, is that the same thing? Is that the same thing? Is me getting a Confederate flag and then going to a little black girl's birthday party with a Molotov cocktail and throwing a fucking Molotov out there, is that the same thing as me calling somebody a faggot when, you know, I don't mean it in a rude way, I don't mean it in a racist way, I I don't mean it in a sexually aggressive way, my dude. And it's just, you know who did it best? South Park. South Park had an episode where they were calling the bikers fags, and they didn't mean it against we've already done this. We've already articulated a billion ways, because we had this discussion. We have socially had this discussion when it came to people calling people retards. And it had nothing to do with how some people affectionately refer to the mentally disabled or the mentally handicapped, right? It was just a phrase that some people used, and maybe it was offensive, you know? And some people, they don't even want to get into it. But me, I think words are as powerful as you make them. You know what I mean? I think words are as powerful as you make them. And if people continue to make these words powerful by trying to make it so that they're censored, we'll never make progress. But that's coming from somebody with a goddamn brain. So forgive me going off on this, but it is something close to my heart because I am struck by YouTube. I am struck by YouTube right now, not for doing anything that's edgy or hardcore. I'm not calling anybody out or rustling any fucking feathers. It was just like a word they didn't like. Fingering my wife. That got me fucking struck, my dude. So the comedy was, like you saw in that video, I immediately started fucking Googling that. And on YouTube, I started putting it in to see if I got any hits with that criteria. There are dozens of videos with not 1 million, not 5 million, but tens of millions of views on your platform, and this is okay, but I can't do it. You know what I mean? I'm not salty because I feel picked on, my dude. I'm salty because it's like, this is the beginning of the end, you know? YouTube's been shitty for a long time, but when the whole internet has like such hilarious don'ts, and you know it's because people that are for some reason now getting preference on the internet are being fucking targeted and being held in an esteem high enough to get their way. I can't wait till it comes crumbling down around them. You know what I mean? That kind of pampering. You know what I mean? What happens when you're not in your safe space anymore? I pray for that day. Maybe some of that karma cancer, dude. You know, Jesus hell. As we ride through the remaining 5 on this list of 25 things people can never forgive, you want to know what I can never forgive, bro? When I was like 9, the Pokemon craze was in full swing. I had a decent collection of the trading cards, nothing great, but to me, they were my prized possessions. I talked back to someone and that set my dad off. He went on a rant, somehow ended up blaming Pokemon for it. You know what? It is Pokemon's fault. I'm kidding. I don't remember the conversation. Oh my God, I'm gonna burp. Don't burp. Okay. He ended up blaming Pokemon for it. I don't remember the conversation really, but he took all the cards, said that they were gone for good. A couple of weeks later, he gives me a couple of them back, but only like 10 out of the over 100 I had. It wasn't until a couple of years ago that I realized why. The few I got back weren't official cards. Some from, I think, Burger King, some obvious fakes. All the real cards were gone. It had nothing to do with him having a problem with Pokemon. He just wanted an excuse to take them and sell them. Only the worthless ones came back. Wow. How much could you get for Pokemon cards back then? You're a father? Someone says, as a daughter of a former drug addict who sold my stuff, I know how you feel. I don't know what's worse, your stuff being gone or the knowledge that it was taken to be sold. Ugh. Ugh. Ain't nothing like parents on drugs, my dude. Holy shit, y'all. Some people are lucky to be alive. We're all lucky, I suppose. In a way. Number 4. When I was in early elementary school, I took up origami as a hobby. Great way of killing time, especially when I was bored in class. And I got really good at making some more complicated stuff. I usually just used junk notebook paper, or only rarely did I ever get my hands on real origami paper. And since most of my stuff was made with shit paper, it usually would be thrown out later that day. I keep some really nice pieces made from the good paper in my room, but nothing more. I did this for a couple of years. I know where this is going. One day my dad comes home angry about something. Don't remember why, but he decided to come into my room and take some of it out on me. He lays into me saying how much I waste making all this trash, how origami isn't productive, how I'm embarrassing to him, how I'm cluttering up the place, I should throw it all out, storms out after. Being only 9 years old and an obedient child, I sadly take all my nice pieces and things and throw them away later that day. He sees me doing this, and I sorta expect no, I didn't mean it, I was just angry apology, but nope. He watched silently as I got rid of it all. People noticed that I had suddenly stopped doing origami and would ask why, and not believe me when I said my dad told me to stop. I never did origami again. I never got an apology for getting yelled at for a harmless hobby. I still resent this. It's a harmless hobby, man. This shit ain't hurting you, my dude. It's a harmless hobby. This shit ain't hurting you. I'll never forget when I was young, one of the only things that I had ever been seen to pick up and read was a Harry Potter book. And I remember immediately being told that that's witchcraft and I can't read it. You know? Bruh. So I continued and finished all the Harry Potter books because they were pretty dope and I enjoyed them. They were literally pretty impressive literary works. I mean, they were targeted at children and that's fine. But as far as gripping reads were concerned, it was a page turner. It wasn't that bad. It was the Da Vinci Code of our little childhoods. Went on to make some great movies and then get their own park in Universal Studios. Big deal. Or is that a Disney park? I don't fucking know. The comedy it was just another fucking story with good and evil, you know. But to a parent that's going to take things out of context because they're incapable of seeing anything. Can you imagine if the Bible were taken out of context? And all I did was quote shit with the devil in it. You know what I mean? You can't read that book. That book has this character named the devil. Like, what? It was just another thing that I picked up and put down because it was fiction, my dude. And just like these gun games that we play weren't gonna make me jump up and start shooting up a fucking school. You know what I mean? This class is a drag. You'll never guess what's in my duffel bag. You know what I mean? Oh, some parents think that it's just that we don't have access to guns. If you only knew the shit we had access to. Bruh. Number 3. Coming in at number 3. When I was 14, my best friend called me when I was out with some family members having a dinner. I remember looking at my phone, thinking how strange it was that she was calling at that particular time of night, suicide, and I ignored the call and thought that if it was really important, she would call twice. Dinner finishes up, I go home, get in bed and forget about the whole damn thing. I wake up the next morning to my mom stroking my face and quietly saying my name. I love you, she said. I'm sorry, but Sky took her own life last night. I'm sorry. I was numb. Trying really hard not to make a Linkin Park. I'm sorry. I cried. I sobbed. It felt like I was in a dream. In a dream, my love, you will find my heart. The weeks flew by. You could say that days go by, and still I think of you. Days when I couldn't live my life without you. Without you. The weeks flew by, and I go to see her parents. They tell me that she killed herself just minutes after she made that phone call to me. If I had picked up my phone, she would still be alive today. You don't know that, nigga. Maybe she would have survived. Maybe she would have just said what she needed to say to you and then hung up the phone and did it. Or are you going to teleport to her and stop her from doing that? Some people need to wake the fuck up. You can't make people make a decision. You know what I mean? Earlier today, I was doing some yard work with my grandmother, and storm clouds roll over, and you can see the lightning off in the distance. And I'm not talking about like in the distance. I'm talking about here's the lightning, here's the thunder. And if any of y'all know about thunder and how quickly it comes, being an indication of how far off that was, long story short, it was time to get the fuck up in the house. So I'm like, I'm gonna go in this house. You should come in too. But you know, what was I going to do? Pick her up physically and bring her in there? Hell to the no. And it's sad, you know, when you think about like if lightning were to strike and shit were to go wrong, you know, I'm sure I'd get blamed in some capacity, but you can't make decisions for another person. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line. And especially when it comes to somebody that wants to kill themselves, like legit wants to kill themselves, like they want to overdose or they want to slit their wrists or they want to do something, you are not going to be able to be there 100% of the time in their life to stop them. So, you know, people need to wake the fuck up and accept that. As we reach the final two on this list of 25 things that people can never forgive, we arrive at this one. My mom. Growing up, my dad was an abusive alcoholic with drug problems. My mom always did what she could to shield him from the consequences of his actions, including lying to the police. One time she told the police that 13-year-old me started a fight and assaulted my dad in order to keep him from going to jail. I got arrested and spent the night in a juvenile detention. That was 25 years ago. I can't forgive her for that. Wow. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Wow. A response reads, when my mom was divorcing my dad, my sister and I were already adults, so we opted not to choose sides. My sister lived in town near them and helped them both move out of the house that they owned together. Near the end, my mom pulled a truck up to the house and loaded up everything inside, including the washer and the dryer. My sister intervened to try and keep a bed for my dad to sleep on. She didn't fight with her or anything, not trying to take sides. She just didn't think it was fair because it wasn't. My mom got pissed, made up an assault story about my sister, and got her arrested. This ended with the two not talking for years and my mom saying that my sister deserved the health problems that culminated in her death. Jesus Christ, you a bitter hoe. You a petty ass hoe, nigga. Whoa. Jesus hell. Here's the thing. Women lie every day and get another person's freedom taken away. I want you to think about that. There are innocent people behind bars right now because of some wicked fucking he said, she said bullshit. Talking guilty till proven innocent, my dude. It happened to me, right? But the scariest part is how bitter some people can fucking be. A mom and a daughter. And a mom saying they deserve some of the health problems that led to them dying. Where do you start with that? Little bedhead bunny's all like, hello. Oh crap, I clicked their name by accident, so now I gotta make the fucking window bigger. Exit out, then make it smaller. Oh boy. Alright, there we go. My god, it's just a little sad. They go on to say the joke's on her because I have her only grandchild and the whole thing left me so disgusted I'll never be speaking to her again. I hope the washer was worth it. Petty. Petty. Boy. Wow. Dude, you're lying to get your family put in jail, dude. You're lying on your family because it's that worth it in this petty dispute against your ex, you know? I think it's so difficult. Dealing with somebody that, yes, you're a woman or you're a man and you're dealing with a woman that you had kids by, and maybe they were unfaithful, maybe they fucked around, maybe they pissed you off. They are definitely not who you're going to spend the rest of your life with. You are just done with them. But you have a child and they are the other half of that fucking child. You know what I mean? You're the dad or the mom. They are the mom or the dad. And you need to figure shit out for their sake. You need to keep those kids happy. You have a responsibility to those kids. Okay? And maybe some parents think that as soon as the kids are old enough, you know, just throw them out into the world because they did what they needed to do in keeping them alive and giving them the opportunity, clothing them, you know, sheltering them, etc. And, you know, I can't even argue with that. But my God, man, you think maybe you could be not a scumbag and not lie so that they'd end up imprisoned? Well, here we are at number 1 on the list of 25 things people can never forgive. And lucky me, it's a freaking doozy. My dad got really drunk at my baby son's wake. Oh no.
Slap it on some toast.
Damn, little bedhead bunny. You know, that's pretty hot. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I love you. And maybe you're looking for some of that Discord action. Girl. Baby, I love your word. All right, sorry. Thank you. I appreciate this. You're amazing. Bedhead Money, stay fresh. Stay incredible. Wait. Why did Bedhead say it was her first time? Or his first time, or their first time? Depending on how they identify, you know what I'm talking about? Oh no, first time watching live. So they have been here or heard me before, but this is their first time live. So thank you. I will hook you up with that Discord link. Well, damn, Bluebird. I didn't know that you are following. Fuck. You're so stupid, Kyle. You're so stupid. Get it right. I'm kidding. Thank you for the follow, and thank you again for the subscription, Bedhead Bunny. Let's go ahead and obliterate this final entry, though. I want to go ahead and hook you up with this right there, if you're interested. If you're interested, that's cute. Now, number 1 reads, my dad got really drunk at my baby son's wake and said some incredibly disrespectful things and wouldn't stop. In the middle of the wake, in front of everyone, I burst out crying and pleaded with him to stop. I said to him that today of all days, one of the worst days in my entire life, I needed him to be supportive and just be quiet. He didn't. He continued drinking, then decided to drive home drunk. I was so close to calling the police on him because I had it in my head that I was going to lose my parents or he would kill someone on the road. I didn't, but I wish I did. To top it off, when I thought the horrible day was over, he started calling me when I got home and said even more disrespectful stuff to me and stuff about my partner, joking about things that I didn't appreciate, like asking if my partner was sat in the corner having a wank. Fuck off, Dad. I ended up sending a bunch of texts that my mom ended up replying to, saying how disrespectful he was being and how upset he was making me. She was defending his behavior and calling me sensitive. Oh my God, how can parents be so unbearable? Oh, what world are these parents living in? Bruh, it's a baby's wake. You're drunk. Shut the fuck up. You're the type of scumbag that needs a bullet in his brain that's going to drink and get behind the wheel of a car because you're that selfish. Spin it whatever way you want to spin it, my dude. But you're drunk at your son's wake of his dead baby, spouting that bullshit, my dude, and you found your ass a hoe that's gonna support that shit? My man, you really found a woman that's all about your giggledy-friggledy, baby. You wanna say, you know how there's always somebody out there for everyone? That's pretty fucking rad. she was defending his behavior and calling me sensitive, saying that's how he dealt with grief, by picking on his daughter at her son's funeral, and saying completely inappropriate things apparently, telling me that I should know what my dad's like and I should just move on. He'd do anything for me. I told her if he couldn't put aside his own need to be the center of attention for one day, even after I pleaded with him in tears to stop, then I didn't want to speak to him. I stopped talking for a couple of months. My son died 5 months ago. He kept going around telling everyone that I was being really sensitive and he didn't know what I was. Why? Why didn't you record this? It's a fucking wake. So I like to think that footage exists of this, because here's the bottom line. Y'all want to know what language parents don't fucking speak? Let me tell you what parents need is a correction, my dude. It's called an audience so that they can be shamed, okay? If people are too stupid to know that how they acting is completely uncalled for, whip out a fucking camera phone, put this shit on the internet, my dude, and let them become the laughing stock that they deserve to be, because the audience, the shame that will accompany the way that they're acting, my dude, maybe that'll get them singing a different fucking tune, because scumbags are as scumbags do, but maybe they need to be taken down a peg, my man. You know what I mean? When you're a drunk father at your daughter's wake for her dead baby, maybe there's no defending that, you know? Because if people weren't around that were willing to escort this guy the fuck out, I don't know what kind of world we're living in. I don't know what kind of world a wake like this could occur, where if I wasn't going to, out of the kindness of my heart, foot this motherfucker in the asshole to get him out of the building while his crying daughter is pleading with her father to not be a piece of shit at the fucking wake of her dead baby, then maybe I'd whip out a camera phone and say, this is what trash looks like. And I'd be narrating something fierce, my dudes. I'd be narrating something fierce. The only thing that's going to correct certain people's behavior is shame from a profound audience, because some people only perform and act a certain way when they feel they can get away with it. But when you make it clear that they can't get away with it, my dude, they'll change that fucking tune. They'll change that fucking tune. That dad's used to being situated with his wife who will defend his shit. You should know what your dad's like. You should know what your dad's like, daughter. You're being sensitive. Oh, well, I gotta go. I got some dick to suck. I hope he hits me. This is my impression of the wife of this douchebag dad. Wow. 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 I stopped talking to him for a couple of months. My son died 5 months ago. He kept going around telling everyone that I was being really sensitive, and he didn't know why I was so upset. What's she upset about? Everyone at the wake agreed with me about how shit he was being. My mom tried to guilt trip me by, oh, this happened in the UK. Okay. Well, blame yourselves. You could have recorded him. My mom tried to guilt trip me by saying that her dad's dead and I should forgive and forget, because she'd give anything to talk to her dad again. What? Can you imagine your dad coming in and raping you, or bussing you in the face and giving you a black eye? And then your mom coming in and going, my dad's dead. I wish he was alive to come in and rape me and punch me in the face. You don't know how good you have it. You don't know how good you have it. This list is getting a little too ridiculous, man. We need to get the fuck out of here. Wow. What a world we're living in. This is jading me. This is jadening me, you know? I feel like Will Smith's son right now. I said it. I delivered that stupid, terrible fucking joke. That joke was bad enough for Dia to love it. Remember Dia, guys? Remember when she used to give a shit about me? Man, I remember those days like it was yesterday. And then I look at the window and I put my hand against the pane and I say, hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in this glass of bleach. I can see it in this glass of bleach. Shut up, Kyle. My dad never made an apology because he doesn't believe he did anything wrong. Now we barely speak, and I know I'll never be able to forgive him. He made one of the worst days of my life even more terrible by being a cunt. What the fuck? There is not somebody in the stream chat named Will Smith is my dad that just said I'm his son. What are the odds of that? What are the odds of some guy being in here named fucking Will Smith is my dad? That's so bizarre. There's not a lot of people in here. There's not a lot of people in here. That's scary. That's spooky. That's pretty spooky. Paul, okay, I'll shut up. That's pretty spooky, man. That's pretty spooky. Guys, was Michael Davis in here? I think he's right here. So hopefully his connection was better. Will Smith, as my dad says, laugh my fat ass off, long-time watcher. Boy, did he really he waited for the perfect opportunity to make that work. He was like, could you imagine him just like doing something else, and then he's like, oh shit, I gotta get that controller. Gotta get the keyboard. He's got to type. Yo, what the fuck? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this list. Boy, did I have to search for something tonight, because Ask Reddit is become a fucking pigsty. Senior citizens of Reddit, what were the elderly like when you were kids? How is your generation different? At least that's relatively interesting, because earlier it was like, what high-level job do you think you could lie your way into with no experience? That's not a bad list. It's just, it's not me reading it worthy. I think the other highly upvoted thing was mac and cheese eaters of Reddit. How do you spice up your stovetop mac and cheese? I like to think that I should start like a douche channel on the side and read shit like this, but just have like splash images pop up every now and then. Oh my god. Oh my god. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this list. I want to thank you all for being incredible. Thank you for being here. For those of you who are watching this list on YouTube, once again, you can catch this live on Twitch. I want to thank all of my sexy subscribers on Twitch, and I want to thank my patrons for being hot fire. You guys are dope. Move that cockroachy. Come here. There you go. I want to thank all my sponsors on YouTube as well. You will not be forgotten, because I'm still cranking this out for you right now. So you already know what time it is. You know what I'm talking about, man. You see what I'm talking about. But special thanks to our donators today, Getting Frosty in here, and Stripes, who needs a mouse. And again, the comedy was, you donated enough to me that you could have purchased your own mouse with. So here's hoping there's more where that came from, and you just get yourself a mouse. Okay. Bluebird says cooking with Kyle, man. You're damn right. That's what would be appealing to certain people. I can make makeup tutorials, and then I can make vlogs, and that's what people would watch, man. That's how you get those subs. But boy, I want to do a vlog with a motherfucking puppet. Somebody send me a script. Somebody get in that Discord, send me a script for a hilarious vlog, and I will record it with a puppet. I don't care. I feel like I shouldn't do it with my voice, so I feel like I should make the puppet Butter Slice. And I'll just be making, hi guys, today's my first blog video. I just came out to my mom that I'm gay, so thank you for all the support in the comment section. And then you'll see like a puppet flapping his head the whole fucking time. Thank you for all the support. I'm not really gay though, but I get a lot of positive attention from people. So you already know what time it is. Butter slice for life. Butter slice for life. Ugh. Guys, I love you to death. Have a fantastic evening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for becoming a subscriber. I'll always remember you, bedhead. Bedhead. That's a cool voice I just did. All right, guys, take it easy. Have a great night, and you'll catch me again soon. You never know what'll happen. Bye.